point of this question is to see if you can simplify the situation. So for cotangent squared 135, you need 135 degrees in that quadrant. For sine of 210, you need 210 degrees putting you in that quadrant. And for 225, you got to be in the third quadrant as well. So my reference angle for the 135 is 45 degrees because it's 45 away from 180. 210 is 30 degrees past 180, and 225 is 45 degrees past 180. So working with all this, I've got a radical 2, 2. I've got a -1, radical 3 with a negative out front, 2. And I've got a negative radical 2, 2. Again, this green part is probably the most important thing that we've covered in this whole class. So the cotangent, that's the reciprocal of tangent. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. So radical 2 over radical 2, which is 1. The reciprocal of 1 is just 1. So that whole thing becomes a 1 squared, which, to be even more specific, that should be a negative radical 2 going left, but -1 squared is still just going to be 1. And then the sine squared of that situation will be -1 over 2 for sine, and then squared. And then the cosine squared of that situation will be plus 5 out front, and then the cosine would be -√2 all divided by 2. So when I simplify that a little bit more, I've got 1 minus positive a fourth plus 5. I forgot my squared right there. Plus 5 times looking like 2 over 4. Simplifying that situation to 4 over 4 minus 1 over 4 plus 10 over 4, which gives you a final answer of 13 over 4. So all that madness would simplify down to 13 over 4.